Today I'm going to be watching more from Canadian comedian Rick Mercer. Recently I watched one of his videos where he explained Canada. It was very funny. People told me that he's one of Canada's most astute political satire artists. I love political satire, so what better subject to see him talk about than Donald Trump? This is from 2016, 8 years ago, but I'm going to guess it's still relevant as Donald Trump's racing again in the American presidential race. Sorry, that doesn't really make sense, but let's go. So this is Rick's rant. I see there's quite a lot of Rick's rants on YouTube. Tell me if you've got a favourite from those. I maybe check out some more soon, but Donald Trump, let's see what he's got to say about Donald Trump. This should be good. And tell me what you think about this.
At this point, there have been millions of articles written about the U.S. presidential election, and my guess is half of them include the phrase reality TV. And I understand the comparison. In order for a reality TV show to work, it has to be, at its core, fundamentally vulgar, or as it's referred to now, Trump-like. But the U.S. election is not reality TV. The great thing about reality TV is if you don't want to watch, you don't have to watch. Believe it or not, there are people among us that cannot pick a Kardashian out of a police lineup, at least from the front. But we cannot just decide to not watch a U.S. election. In fact, as Canadians, we should pay very, very close attention. Not so we can feel superior, no, as a cautionary tale. In Canada, we have three major political parties. Two of those parties have no leader. The fact that Donald Trump is the Republican nominee in the States, that will have a huge impact on those races right here in Canada. Look at the NDP, the party of Douglas, the party of Layton. Nobody even wants the job. They are just sitting there waiting for a hostile takeover. Literally, someone shows up with a few bucks, a name, and the will to live, the party could be theirs. And the Tories, well, the opposite is true. They could have well over a dozen people on stage for their first leadership debate. The Republicans, they had 16. What happened? The outrageous one, the one that played the race card and the fair card, Donald Trump, was the last one standing. And it's pretty obvious that some Tories right up here have been paying very close attention to that strategy. So, to the membership of the NDP and the Conservatives, when choosing your leader, remember, it is an ill wind that blows from the south. What happened down there can happen here. Don't let it.
Whoa. Wow. Do you think that's still relevant today? I see there's like that sort of political debate going on between the right and the left in Canada at the moment. Do you think the American presidential race has any bearing on Canada? This was 8 years ago. What do you think the current situation on this is? But yeah, again, like comparing the American presidential race to reality TV is very apt. Again, we're kind of similar in the UK where maybe we don't want to be watching it, maybe we don't want to be invested in it, but it's on TV all the time. I feel like it can become a bit of a circus, the way they go on this campaign trail, the shows, everybody whooping and hollering, everything any presidential candidate says. Just so over the top, very not British, but it's definitely creeping into the British political system and the way we deal with that sort of thing as well. But Rick, again, very clear in his opinion and very astute on the points he's making. Tell me what you think about this one. Can you believe 8 years later this is probably still relevant? That's quite sad in a way that America's just become so stagnant. Tell me what you think about this. Recommend more from Rick. What's your favourite Rick's rant? Thanks.